Okay, so let's continue with our next video in our MCP tutorial series. So till now, we have created a couple of small MCP server. Like we start with the weather one, then we create with the local nodes, then screenshot, then crypto, then web search, right? But in all of these MCP servers, uh, we give a very simple inputs like the string as an input. Even if you open the crypto server, let me open the server.py. If you see, the input is a string. Even if you open the web search server, right? So input is a query, like what thing we want to search from the web, and it's a string. So basically we are giving a very simple even the screenshot one, let me open. There is no input, but the output is of image type. All right. But in this video, if you go to the fast MCP documentation, and here you go to the core components, because for the MCP server we have three component: tools, resources, and prompts. Currently we are exploring the tools. So if you click on the tools, right here you could see we can provide a simple input like integer, string, like these things, but we can also provide the structured inputs. So you can provide the Pydantic inputs as well, right? So in this video we are going to explore how you can create a MCP server which will take a input, but we within the tool we will enforce some data validation kind of thing, and for the data validation we will use the Pydantic models. So let's jump into the code. Let me delete everything. All right, okay. So to create a MCP server, we are using fast MCP library. So let's use this from fast MCP import fast MCP. Okay, so we need to create a server. Let's create a server fast MCP, and the name of the server will be register user. So what we want to do is from a cloud desktop or MCP host, we will send some details. Can you add the first name, last name, age, date of birth, or maybe an year of experience, addresses, all this information to my database. In this video, we are not going to store into the database. Maybe we will write in some notes.txt or log.txt file kind of thing, but we will provide a lot of inputs. So we will see how the MCP is going to handle all this information, and what will happen if we did not provide if we provide half of the information, right? Okay, so this is a registered user, and we will going to create a tool, right? So add employee to database, something like that, right? Okay, and let's create a uh, uh, like uh, because the name of the tool, and then we need to give the description, and we need to give the input schema. And input schema this time will be the person, and person will be of person class, and we will create a person class person, and we are going to use the Pydantic. So from Pydantic import base model, because this is going to do all kind of data validation for you. So the base model, it's a normal class only, because if you are not uh, did the inheritance from the base model, it is a normal Python class. But as soon as you inherit it from the base model, it will create a special Pydantic class, because in this base model class, all the data validation checks implemented. Okay, and we want, because here there are a couple of things. Either we can pass four parameters like first name, last name, age, date of birth, number of year of experience, address, like number of parameters in a function as well. And then we can handle the validation within the code, right? Like did the user has entered the person, did the user has entered the first name, did the user has entered the last name, all those things, manual validation. But if we handle all the manual validation, the code will be very complex, right? So that's why we are going to use a Pydantic, and we don't need to install the Pydantic. The reason is, even though Pydantic is third-party library, but we install the fastmcp, and when we install the fastmcp, uh, fastmcp is basically a package which created on top of the MCP, and MCP has automatically using the Pydantic. So if I see here Pydantic, they already have the Pydantic, so I don't need to worry about that, right? So I don't need to extra install the package. Okay, now I will give some description because that is mandatory. All right. So, and I need to create it as a tool, mcp dot tool. And the first thing is that I need to create, because we are creating a class. So what fields we want? So we want a first name, right? And let's import the field as well. We want a first name, and first name will be mandatory, right? First name will be, let's give the description, first name of the person. We will accept the last name, and we want the last name also the mandatory, last name of the person. We want the age as well, and the age will also be the mandatory. We want years of number of experience, or year of experience. So int year of experience, number of years of experience, number of years of experience of the particular person. Okay, and that is integer, that is also mandatory. And then addresses, and this will be a list of string, and basically all the previous addresses, uh, all the previous and current addresses of the person. All right. Okay, so we have defined a this our model, and all the validation will be automatically going to be handled, because let's suppose if the person don't enter the address, still we want to accept that. So we don't want to make it mandatory. Let's make it default factory. Default factory will be a list. And I hope maybe you are aware what is the difference between default and the default factory. We can use the default, but this is a mutable item. The list is a mutable, so you can't use the default, because if you use the default and if you create two instances of the person, the list is going to be initialized only once, and the second instance also get impacted. So the default factory, which means whenever we are going to create an instance, at that time it is going to create a list, right? And if we want to provide some default parameter, we can provide some default parameter as well, right? And all the validation is going to be handled automatically. Let's suppose if I give age as ABC, then my code should fail, right? Or the MCP host should tell me you have provided the wrong input, right? Okay, let's add that. So the tool is add the employee to the database, add the employee of person instance to the database. Okay, and this is going to return a string. We will simply return it has been added, and the arg will be a person instance, which is the first name of the person, last name of the person, age of the person, year of experience of the person, and address, all the previous and the current address of the person. Okay, now we need to uh, add something. So this could be a useful tool. Maybe let's suppose you have some database and you want to create some agentic AI tool for the non-technical user. They will just open the MCP host. They can pass the input and the data automatically added into the database. They don't need to write the query or anything else. And they can also read that. So we can create as much as tool we want. But currently we are creating only the insert tool or the add employee tool. And okay, the name of the tool is registered user. Okay, so here because this is a learning how to use the Pydantic model and how we can do the data validation. So we will simply write our whatever the data is going to be at by the user, we will simply write it to some text file. So with open logs dot text, and we are going to append it, because if the user is going to, because in the database generally it's a append operation, right? We are not going to format the data for the another entry, right? Okay, so we are going to write f dot write first, or you can say here, we remove this. So f dot write, we are going to write first name will be first name will be person dot first name. Okay, f dot write last name will be person dot last name, and after that we want slash n, because within the file we want in a new line. Okay, f dot write person dot age, f dot write year of experience, person dot year of experience. And now what I want is f dot write addresses. All right, so all the addresses will be here, because address is a list, so I will going to iterate over the list for index comma address in enumerate person, because address is a list, so I will iterate. Then f dot write, I will write the index, so because the its default 0, index will start from the 0, I will add +1 and then address, and at the last f dot right, let's enter the new line. And once everything will be done, we will simply return, because we need to return detail has been added to the database. Okay, now we need to start the server. If name is equal to main, mcp.run. Okay, so we have created a server, and this time we are not taking a simple input like which we have taken till last time. We are using a Pydantic models, which is going to take some, which will also going to enforce some data validation for us. Okay, before doing any deployment, we are going to test it using the CLI tool, fastmcp dev inspect server.py. Let's hit enter. So it is going to okay, the command is inspector. So it is going to create a web UI, which is more or less kind of MCP host, uh, which has inbuilt MCP client, and then we will connect. Okay, so MCP inspector is open. It's using the stdio, and let's connect that. So it should connect. So it's connected with my registered user. So let's list the tools. So we have one tool available, add employee to database. Let's click on the tool, and let's enter the detail. Let me enter the details. Manshu Nankana, 30 year of experience, and let me add address uh, India, and let me add address Haryana. Okay, let me run a tool. So I run the tool, and a detail has been added to the database. Let's verify. Let's verify. So the logs.txt should be created. So let me open that. See, the logs.txt has been created. The first name, last name, age, year of experience, address, and I should give /n here because I want like this only. So let me fix that. When I give the address, I will do /n. Okay, so the details has been added and it's working fine. Let me delete the logs.txt file. Okay, and it's working fine. Let me stop the server. All right. Now we are going to do the actual deployment into the cloud desktop. So open the cloud desktop and into the settings. So if you go to the file and then settings, go to the developer tab. So currently I have the Airbnb running and the web search running. Click on the edit config, cloud desktop config, edit into notepad. So now I am going to add my another server, right? And the name of the server will be registered user, registered employee or user, anything, registered user, right? And server.py. Even though the name of the server is registered user, but let's try, will it going to work if we, okay, okay, it's give the same name, registered user, registered user, registered user. Okay, let me save it. And let now we need to restart the cloud desktop. So go to the task manager and end all the task of the cloud desktop which is running. Okay, so now let me reopen that cloud desktop. Okay, my cloud desktop has been started, and now it should connect with my tool, the new tool connector. I could see the registered user is there. So let's see if it is going to work or not. Can you add below details of user to the database? Swanshu Nankana, age 30 years of having 13 years of experience, and addresses are India and Haryana. I just like simply gave, let me hit enter. Let's see whether it's going to search for my tool or not. So it is loading the tool. It found the tool, add employee to database. It found this tool. It is asking my permission. Let me give the permission. I'd allow. So you see done. Sumanshu and Garnet detail has been successfully added to the database. Let me verify and logs your text. Like the details has been added. Okay, now let's give one more try. 1 second. Let me give one. Can you add below details of user to the database? And I will give the name Ashish, Ashish Prajapati, and age 31. I am giving only this Ashish Prajapati, age 31. Let's see. Will it give? Will it trying to see? It says I notice that year of experience addresses are missing for Ashish. uh, the year of experience field is required. Can you provide the details? Because in our code we told year of experience is mandatory. There is no default value, right? It's mandatory, and we did not provide the year of experience. All right, so we need to provide. So let me give 7 year of experience, 7. So I added 7. Let's see if it is going to add or not. So now allow us. Okay, so it has been added because I have not provided the address, and address is a default list because address is a default list. So let's figure it out. Okay, the second detail has been added. So this could be a very useful tool, and we can enforce, because let's suppose if you are creating some like agentic AI tool and you will provide to the user, user should not add any dummy values into your database. User should not corrupt your database. So in within the tool you can enforce the data validation using the Pydantic models. Basically what we learn is, instead of a simple input like string, integer, we can take a, you can say complex input, or better a structured input, and we can enforce the data validation as well. So I think that's it. That's the end of the video, and thank you.